mad after the fight because I ain't watching none of the post-fight press conference, so I don't know why. I was tired as hell Saturday, bro. But I ain't do shit. But he said he would like to fight Terrence Crawford. Okay. But he says basically he gonna do whatever Al and them tell him to do. Because he don't have no control over his career. Right? They put a battery in the fans' back with PBC when they say, well, you know, we let the fighters, you know, choose their career and we let the fighters choose their own path. The fighters' career is in their own hands. That was kind of like what De La Hoya and Al Heyman was pushing. Excuse me. That's kind of what they was pushing when they kind of started their collaboration over there with HBO. It's like, oh, the fighters can dictate what they want to do. They still not under control, right? It was talking about giving the fighters the largest share of the pot. They still getting robbed. It's kind of like Africa, where they linking up with a lot of countries in Africa. It's linking up with Russia now to form the new BRICS currency, right? You know, it's and they won't allow any, you know, from what I heard, they won't allow any African-centric country to be in NATO, right? So they want to go link up with, you know, another oppressor. This is what it is. You go from one oppressor to another oppressor. You know, you won't truly be liberated until you know, be able to stand on your own. And what's that, you know, kind of telling them real quick, not to really get into that, but what's that's telling them, not only do y'all need to connect with all the different countries in Africa, you need to connect with the Caribbean countries. You know, the Caribbean countries and all them need to connect with the Black Americans. But once you hear some of the things that's going over there in Africa about how they treat other ethnic groups better than Africans, you know that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that shit ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I wonder why it won't happen in America. They can't even do it in the motherland and they know where they from. You know what I'm saying? No cap, bro. But nonetheless, you know, you just going from one oppressor to another oppressor. It's not what he want to do. He basically said, I just do what they tell me to do. And that's fine. I respect that. He not going out here saying I'm a boss and I'm this, that, and the third. He's saying, hey, I want to fight them, but they on some bullshit. And apparently Samson Boxing was on the Boxing Voice and basically saying they going to try to work out with a deal where Bud, he can step aside and, you know, I think he said Fundora and Tim Tszyu gonna have to do a rematch, which I said Tim Tszyu had a rematch clause. Now that article I deleted, it disappeared or I couldn't find it, but I did the video on this Sunday. And originally in the rematch clause, this is how shiesty Al Heyman and these ninjas are. In a rematch clause, it set the rematch to take place with Fundora and Tszyu, if you don't understand what I'm saying, in Australia. Then the first thing they said, oh, we not going to Australia. Now, it's two hypocrisies here, right? One, Tim Tszyu said he was done fighting in Australia. He wanted to fight in the U.S. You get your little tushy toe up, now you want to run back to Australia. And then on top of that, he building up a plethora of lies already. You said that, you know, these fighters was pussies, but not only did you duck Terrence Crawford March 30th, because he could have fought March 30th, you was willing to drop your belt to duck him again. I don't like that. I call a spade a spade. I like Tim Tszyu fighting style, how he fighting all that, but you got to call a spade a spade. You can't be out here calling fighters pussies and I'm a throwback fighter and you a throw up fighter. You a lion ass fighter. You didn't want to fight Bud at all. So we got to keep it funky. I'm equal smoke. Even fighters I like, I'm equal smoke. Just like Fundora kept it funky. Like, hey, I love to fight Crawford, but yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen because this is what they want me to do. You know, I want Errol Spence's the bigger fight. And nobody give a fuck about Errol Spence's fight. For too long, they've been lying about that ninja's numbers, dude. Nobody care about his fights. Nobody buying Errol Spence's fight. But he said they're gonna try to go. And then the only way you're gonna be able to negotiate that for Bud is pay him a bunch of money, and you have to give him a fight. Either you gotta pay him a bunch of money not to fight, right? Not to do nothing. Or you gotta pay him money not to fight, and you gotta line him up a fight. And the only fight I think they can line him up that he probably would get up for if it ain't no title fight, and maybe they line him up against Israel Madamov. Maybe they line him up against Israel Madamov, the WBA, Super WBA 154-pound champion. That make a lot of sense. We know we bought out. That's what the WBA stand for. We bought out. That might be the only scenario that makes sense. They pay him some money to fight Israel Madamov. That way, he got the WBA. They put it in writing. He get the winner of Fundora, Tim Tszyu, if it's a rematch, or Fundora and Errol Spence. Then he got 3 belts, and then he got 1 to go. And that could be Cold Clock getting that belt, or whoever. That's the only way that's going to work. That's the only way that's going to work. Something like that, or pay him a bunch of money. That's the only way that's going to work. But you think Tim Tszyu going to skip the line on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford going to skip the line? No, that ain't going to happen. They going to end up dropping that belt, and they already ordered the fight already. They going to end up, and WBO don't like PBC no way. They refused to sanction the Keith Thurman fight. And I want to know why would they sanction the Errol Spence fight? Errol Spence ain't never, when the last time he been in WBO rankings? He ain't never held a belt. When he tried to get it, he got his ass beat. Y'all forgot. So yeah, nasty work out here. Nasty work. Nasty work. So that's what's going on. So now they're gonna try to work out a step aside deal with Bud. Anyway, that's gonna work if they give him the WBA title shot. So I know Klokov fighting somebody for the IBF. That's the only way if they can facilitate that. That's the only way. That's the only way. If they can facilitate that deal, that's the only way. Something like that. Or pay him a whole bunch of money to step aside. And they ain't gonna do that. They ain't got no money. But yeah, we gonna try to do a deal. The deal gonna have to involve a title. Or pay him a bunch of money to fight Jermell Charlo. At this point, Jermell ain't got no stock. He made 2 really good paydays for Undisputed. He turned around and made a great payday. When he didn't want to come back versus after Undisputed and fight Tim Tszyu, that shit tells you everything you know. He done fighting probably. Till that money get funny, he probably done fighting. These dudes just be fighting for a check, bruh. And then when they get that money, they don't have to fire to fight no more. It wasn't that Keith Thurman unified the welterweight titles. He had the money. That's all they be fighting for is the money. And when all the motherfuckers do is something for money, man, come on, man. They don't have no compassion. Nothing. They don't have a passion to box. That passion been long gone to box, if it was ever there. This is why they can't continue to conquer, because they don't have no real goal. You heard when Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, one of the first thing he said, man, all I did was want to be a world champion. Not $1 million, or I wanted to get some. All them niggas talk about is money, money, money. That's why sports don't have spirit no more. Sports don't have intangibles. They don't have rivalries. They don't have, everybody is just going for the money. The NBA is an entertainment business, meaning they legally can fix fights, allegedly. That's what it says. Think the NFL ain't on the same tip? It's all about the money. These dudes ain't paying for a ring no more. They ain't playing for MVP. If they are, they paying for it to be clauses in their contract to get more money. It's just the love. These motherfuckers don't love the game no more. Niggas don't even love life no more. They love pussy and money. They don't even love living. They love social media shit. They don't. Man, used to go out with the family, do a picnic, do a barbecue. They don't even do that no more. Used to be in church and smell the food from the kitchen in the church. Then you don't get that feeling no more, man. People have lost their passion to live. They have lost their passion for their careers. They have lost their passion for sports. They have lost the passion to build families. And that shit is by design. Especially these niggas in boxing. They don't have a passion. They have a passion to be mercenaries. They want the money. And that's the sad thing about it, bro. They dudes don't even have nuts no more, bro. Niggas don't even got pride no more. where nigga talk shit about you, slap you up, and you don't even want to get your lick back. Soulless, bro. This life is soulless. There ain't too many people who got a real soul. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wild shit about women who sell they box. That's the wild shit. They gonna deal with so much trauma. So much trauma. They don't even see it coming because they so nearsighted. That's why all the great drug dealers, they just wasn't focused on the money. They knew after a while all money wasn't good money. If it was too easy, it was too good to be true. There's too many dudes and throughout this boxing space, throughout sports in general, who don't have a passion. Who don't have a passion for what they doing. They just want the money. But hey, that's all I got, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Kick, Twitch. Find me on Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313. That's in there. PayPal link in the description. All that's in the link tree. Peace.